Okay, so I have a very fun party game, which is perfect for this upcoming Thanksgiving holiday because it is a conversation game and it has 100 scenarios. About 80 of them are pre-written scenarios, hypotheticals. So you fill in the blank, fill in whatever details that you need, and you discuss. Am I tripping? Yes or no. That's the point of the card game is to determine who the person is tripping, if they're tripping or not in the scenario. And then I have another group of cards that are share your own story. It doesn't actually have to be a story that happened to you. It could be like a story, like for instance, that's in pop culture news, like things that are happening right now, something you saw on TikTok or whatever that relates to the prompt on the card. And so it's on my website, amitrippinggame.com. I pack every order myself, I ship every order myself. It's been selling itself recently. I guess people are trying to gear up for the holidays. So
Yes.
if you get your order in today, child, you will get it by Thanksgiving. I'm almost certain of that, because
Yeah,
I will
get it
send it
in
out
today.
today, and it will be so much fun. We played it at all of our Beyond the Mic shows. It
So
was
much fun live.
like people were hollering, cackling, like every time
Yes.
we played that game. It is so fun. And Clay, I feel like you always have the best in my tripping
I
scenarios. Like
do.
you do.
I do. I
You be
do. I
trying
do.
to
Well,
get
let's do one
advice.
right now.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's decide, and the folks can call in if we have somebody who's tripping or not. I'm sure you've heard of this story. Gospel singer Bobby Storm. I've never heard of the
Mm,
singer before. She recently received a Grammy nomination,
yes,
right?
I've heard about this.
And she was on a Delta flight,
Hmm.
and she stood up because she wanted to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Want to let people know that she is a Grammy nominee because she was filled with so much joy.
Yeah.
Right? This is on a Delta flight. The flight attendant told her, "I need you to stop singing.
Mm.
I need you to stop singing. You must stop singing to the people." She pushes back a bit, not being rude. She
Yeah.
pushes back a bit, and there's somebody recording. There's
Mhm.
somebody filming this moment. Listen to this.
I just found out I'm up for 2 Grammys. My very first time, you guys. My name is Bobby Storm, and I'm up for 2 Grammys. I sing for the Lord, and my song is out. I wanted to do it when I first got on the plane, but I was like, I haven't done this in a while. I've gotten to the next status, so.
Are you able to be quiet?
But they're enjoying it. So while we're sitting here, could I please?
I'm not enjoying it. So I'm asking you, can you be quiet?
Okay, well,
That's a
I
yes,
find that up.
that's a yes or no answer, please.
Am I going to go to jail if I don't?
Can you please answer my question? Are you willing and able to be quiet right now?
I'm doing what the Lord is telling me to do.
I'm asking you a question, yes or no. I'm your flight leader. I need you to follow my instruction.
Okay.
My instructions for you to answer my question. Are you able to be quiet
What
right
do you
now?
guys think?
I'm asking you, ma'am.
I'm asking you guys. What do you guys
Okay.
think?
If you're not able to follow my instruction, you will not be taking this flight.
Ah, okay.
Are
So
you
that's
able
what I
to
was
be
asking.
quiet?
If that's the case, then
Mm.
I want to read you a brief excerpt from USA Today. I think folks have left this part out or they don't know. The gospel singer is a featured vocalist on Maverick City Music's Grammy-nominated album, The Maverick Way.
Mm.
The group is also nominated for Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance Song for their song God Problems, with lead vocals Chandler Moore and Naomi Rain. Storm is not included in the credits for that song, but it's possible she contributed as part of the choir.
Okay, why you saying that like it's like trying to be shady, trying to downplay
I'm not. I'm just
Bobby?
pointing out exactly
Oh,
how she was
okay.
nominated. I'm just pointing out how she was nominated. It's a little bit of a detail. So,
Uh-huh.
Reese, was she tripping?
No, not entirely. I don't think she was like entirely tripping because the thing about it is like she wasn't being belligerent or loud or obnoxious. Even the tone of her voice wasn't nasty in any kind of way. Um, I think she was, she was joyful. She was trying to share a moment. We've seen these kinds of viral moments. I didn't seen shit, a whole bluegrass country band play something. You didn't seen Taylor Swifties break out into a whole ass a Taylor Swift concert. I wouldn't want to hear that shit if I was on the plane. And so I feel like the guy was being asshole towards her. Somebody must have shit in his grits that morning. And his energy was nasty compared to her energy. Now, to be fair, maybe other people didn't want to hear that, but from what I saw the video, I saw everybody around her was like nodding their heads, like, okay, that's nice. People talk on a plane. I just feel like he was trying to pull rank and trying to smack her down, trying to, exert authority over her, as opposed to like really being concerned about the fact that there was a disturbance. So I say that she's not tripping. I think that he was tripping because he could have just been more respectful about it as opposed to like being top flight security of the world, flashlight cop of Delta Airlines. That's what I think. What you think?
I disagree. Completely. Completely, okay?
She was
I think she
tripping.
was I think she's absolutely tripping.
Okay.
Baby girl, this is not Sunday's best. That's not what this is. And I
Okay.
appreciate you, and I congrats on your Grammy nomination. First of all, you don't know people's mindset when they are flying. I'm
Uh-huh.
a nervous flyer.
Yeah.
I gotta be drunk and high to fly, okay? And I don't want anybody singing, pop dipping, and I don't want you walking too fast down the aisle. That stresses me out, okay? If
Right.
I had somebody singing gospel music, I'm thinking that's a sign, final destination. That's gonna
Ooh.
stress me out. Now, mind you, if I was on that flight, I wouldn't have said anything, but I'd be thinking to myself, I'm so happy this flight attendant is telling her to stop. Like, this is not your
But
moment.
you don't think that he could have been about nicer about it?
Yo, let me tell you something. What I see these flight attendants go through, and I don't know I don't know if that was the first or the second or third time he told her to stop. I don't know. But what I've seen them go through, I'm sorry, I'm on their side.
Mm.
If someone says, "Will you stop singing?" and you want to push back, you got to listen to the flight attendant. I obey every rule in the sky. I don't want you singing. I heard somebody say on social media, I saw them say rather, you are not the main character. Like, this
Mm.
is not sing a little hymn to the person who's sitting next to you. And then to put it on social media like that. Why are we putting this on social media? She put it on social media. That's
Yeah.
another reason why she's tripping. But I am such a nervous flyer. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to see you. If you are stomping too fast to the bathroom on a plane, I'm getting stressed out. Why would you annoy me? This is not your moment. Your moment is you got the Grammy nomination. And I'm not saying she's a bad person, but I think she was definitely tripping. I think it was really awkward to put that on social media. That could have just been for you and no one else. Why put it
Mm.
on social media? Were you trying to were you trying to call the guy out on his job? Like, you don't know what his day was like in these Delta, they don't get paid enough. They're
They don't.
overworked. Like, come on now. This ain't your moment. This ain't
Mm.
it. And now, mind you, nobody said anything, but I guarantee you, with every fiber of my soul, there was someone on that plane saying, I wish she'd shut the hell up. And it probably was a Christian. It probably was
Right.
a Christian who was like, well, why? Just stop. People are going to be nice and everything, but no, I'm sorry. That
But I don't think she
listen,
was. I mean, I've sat next to people who yappity yap 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 the whole motherfucking fly. I've sat next to
and
flight
talking
attendants
to
that did that.
everybody,
But I
singing.
think, but they were. My point is, like, you ever be at a restaurant and you sit down and you like, damn, why can I hear every word coming out of this motherfucking mouth? Like, as if
I
we're all
understand.
together. She wasn't talking at that volume. I think she was like, it was kind of hushed to me. So I feel like at the volume now, maybe in person, it just sounded like a booming, voice.
We in a tin can.
But
we
it
in
didn't
a
sound. It just didn't sound that. It didn't sound that hype to me.
listen, she didn't get kicked off, but
Right.
I think it's inappropriate for folks to be singing. And when the flight attendant tells you, am I going to go to jail? Come on now. And then Reese, putting it on social media, putting that guy. There needs to be a law. I'm sorry. I don't know how this can happen that you can't put somebody's face on. There need to be a federal law or something that you can't put somebody's face on social media unless you get permission. Like, put the man, especially if you're on the job. The man is on the job.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you on that, but he was being nasty towards her. He was being rude towards her. Like, he didn't have to
Well,
do
I
all that. I
mean,
think he was trying to embarrass her, and he was trying to pull rank on her and be like, "Shut the fuck up."
he has
Like,
rank.
he
He,
does, but I just feel like he was just I feel like if it was a white woman, he wouldn't have done that. I don't think he would have had that energy.
I don't know.
If
The,
it
the
was
the energy.
Leanne Rhymes or somebody like that, I don't think he would have had that tone. My problem is his tone. His tone was really nasty and unnecessary. I don't have a problem with him telling her to be quiet or telling her like, "Hey, this is disturbing other passengers." I don't have a problem with that. And I'm not saying she shouldn't listen to him. My problem is more so with I think he just was nasty towards her. And I just felt like that wasn't really called for. I think that maybe she should have listened earlier instead of still trying to press the issue a little bit. Howsoever, I feel like for him, if that was, let me just put it this way, okay? Because it's a black man, and you can't say nothing about a black man doing his job. So let's just say if it was a black woman who talked like that to any other person, it could even been to a black woman. People would have been like, "She's a bitch. She got a bad attitude. She didn't have to talk to him like that. Like the girl was just trying to whoop." It would be all kind of sympathy and empathy for the person that she was being talked down to. But I feel like now it's okay to just be rude and nasty towards somebody, and I don't like that. That's where I have a problem.
I don't know, Reese. I think that people are really in a certain space when it comes to flying, and
Yes,
I think what shaked people up is posting it on social media too. Like it felt
yeah.
like she was trying to call him out, and it appeared folks kind of turned on her. Like, no,
Well,
baby
she's a
girl.
black woman. She not. It don't matter what happened. So if you do something, you wrong. It don't matter what the situation is. So she was definitely dumb. She thought that people are gonna be like, "Oh, you was just trying to spread the word of the Lord," and so look at this heathen trying to shut down the word of the Lord. If she thought that, then she was definitely delusional because ain't nobody gonna have sympathy for a black woman. You getting your head knocked off, you getting talked down to. It's not gonna be there for you, boo. I'm sorry. If that was what she was thinking, that wasn't the move. That's all I got to
Now
say.
we don't know this flight attendant at all. We don't know him at all. I don't even know his name. But something in my spirit tells me if that would have been a little old white Christian lady singing some Christian hymn because she got a nomination, I think he would have gave her the same energy. Something about
Uh-uh.
his energy tells me I think he would have been. I don't know. I don't know anything about the brother. Brother, if you're out
He gives
there,
me Mark from Illinois energy. I think that he had a
no, no,
problem.
no, no.
Yes, I think he had a problem. It's
I think
listen,
he would have clapped back with. He seemed irritable. He
he
seemed
was
over it.
irritable.
He seemed like, listen, I'm not in the mood right now. We got
Yeah.
about 300 passengers on this flight, whatever the case may be. I need you to be quiet. I think if it was little white lady, I think if it was a Mexican woman singing some Catholic hymn, I think he would have been clapping back at everybody. That might have
Well,
been his eighth clap back of the day. I mean, he might have just been on something. I could be wrong. We don't know. Brother, if you're out there, it's all love here. But something tells me that he was not in the mood
to
that
be
day.
fair, that is possible because people are on edge. People ready to tussle nowadays. So I'm not saying before people calling to buy my head off. I'm not saying that it was 100% racial. I'm saying that on average, there is a disparate treatment when a black woman is involved, whether she is the perpetrator or the person who is the victim. I'm not
That
saying
is
this is
true.
victim, but I'm saying if there's a black woman as either party, there is different treatment that you're going to see. The same way as if it's a black man, the same way if it's a white woman or whoever person. I don't think it's revolutionary to say that, but I do think the guy was in a tussling mood and he was a jerk. And if you could acknowledge that he was irritable, I think you can acknowledge that his tone was
Yeah.
a little nasty.
If I were a flight attendant, I'd be irritable too.
You're saying he
Flight
was
attendant,
irritable,
but
but justifiably.
but but again, I think when we're in a plane, we are doing something collectively,
That is true.
and there
That is
are
true.
and fear of flying, anxiety of flying is like one of the most common anxieties in the world for people.
Hmm.
So I just feel like I need everybody to behave because you don't know what's going on with the person next to you, and I know how I am. I would have been over it. I'm trying to sleep. I'm trying to let these pills and this martini kick in. Like I'm trying to get through, and
Drug
you're sitting
cocktail.
here singing. And the other thing is, then I'll go to the call. You know, and she has a beautiful voice, mind you, beautiful voice. But why do we got to share everything? Like, share with your family, your friends. What's the point of sharing it? Then I just find it a little bit awkward that the video is recording. as your. I mean, why are we
They
cheering?
probably
Like
was
you
thinking
don't
it was
gotta.
gonna be like a little happy little white person moment, like you see all the time, where they got the whole little band and shit, got the little ukulele, the little banjo, singing hymns and shit. That's probably what they thought it was gonna be. Plot twist. You got told
Huh?
off by the irritable, crabby flight attendant. But I would say this is the last thing I'm gonna say in her defense. Let me tell you something. I know you got anxiety. As
I
a
do.
person who has anxiety some of the time on the plane, I would be like, Lord, do not strike this plane out the sky, because this heathen did not want to let this Christian woman get her hymnal out. Let her bless this
Wait, you have anxiety
plane.
flying too? Is that what you said?
Not really. No, not like
Oh,
that.
okay.
But I'm just saying, now I would be superstitious. I'd be like, Lord Jesus, don't curse this plane, because this heathen did not want to let this Christian lady
I might go
bless
there
us.
too. Knowing
Go
me, I
ahead.
might be like, wait a minute, okay, hold up, hold on 1 second. I might be a little bit, but then I'd be thinking, wait a minute, hearing this gospel music on the plane, am I going to the upper room? Like it would just, everybody got to
See,
be
that's the
quiet.
pessimist in you. The optimist in me would have been like, cover us in the blood of Jesus on this plane, amen. Because I do pray when I take off. I'll be like, I'm not a
I pray
deep
too.
prayer, but I'll be like, dear God, please let us get to our
But,
destination.
but somebody singing, I don't
That's
care
too much for you.
if it's Nina Simone back from the dead. I'd say, Miss Simone, I'm gonna need you to take it down now. I don't care if it's Whitney Houston, Miss Whitney, I'm gonna need you. I don't care who it is.
No, because they were gonna be arguing. I'm like, you better let Whitney sing. You better let
No, no,
Whitney
no. If it
sing.
was Phyllis Hyman back from the
Not
dead, I'm
Phyllis
saying,
Hyman.
Miss Phyllis,
I don't believe.
maybe I'm in this air. I need you to. No, I think she went too far.